As you can see from the breakdown on the screen, we will be covering a lot more ground for the second exam compared to the first one. And I know it feels like this is far off, but I'm going to stress this ahead of time. As always, I will be holding 2 review sessions leading up to the exam, which I highly encourage you all to attend at least one. Again, I know most of you think you can get the same studying done on your own time at home or in the library, but believe me, it makes a world of a difference just by having someone there to explain and break concepts down in a way that makes sense to you. As a reminder, I will be open to any questions during my office hours as well, but I would prefer it if you would come to the review sessions instead. Alright, that's all I have for you today. Hey, come here. I need to speak with you for a minute about your performance recently. Let's let everyone else leave first. I have some things to ask you. Just wait by my desk over there while I wrap things up. Yes, what can I do for you? They aren't up yet. I will have the exact times for the review sessions posted later. Can you repeat that? No, the material will not be cumulative. Yeah, it's just those chapters up there. Of course, you're welcome. Now, come with me. This might take a while, so let's continue this in my office. Now, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to bring you in here, because I'm not the type of person to check in on my students individually. I believe that you should all be responsible for your own grades and your own success. That being said, however, I also dislike seeing obvious potential being wasted. Here is your exam. I am very disappointed by your performance here, because I know that you can do better than this. A lot better than what you turned into me. Do you agree with me? Look up at me when I'm speaking to you. I am trying to help you. So, you're gonna tell me what happened here. Tell me. Because this wasn't just a bad day either. Your performance outside of exams has followed the same trend recently. No. This has nothing to do with being good enough or smart enough, because I know for a fact that you are. That's the issue I have here. I was actually very impressed by the assignments that you've been turning in since the start of this course. I could already tell that you were very attentive as a student. You were even picking up extra credit work and attending review sessions. And to be honest with you, I was expecting a lot more from you because of that. Of course I noticed your grades. I'm your professor. That's just another part of my job. I know people say I come off as strict and harsh, but I'm not heartless, and I'm not just doing this to be cruel. I'm here to teach and make sure that every one of you learns what you need to know. And that means that sometimes I need to fail students who clearly aren't putting in the work. It happens. But you're a different story. Because if one of my brightest students manages to flunk the first exam, that makes me question where I went wrong. So, I want you to tell me, where have I been losing you? Or is it something else? It's not my teaching. Well, I appreciate that. Then, what's been going on with you? Because I would really hate to have to fail you when I know you obviously don't deserve that. What? Of course I care. But I need you to work with me. What could have changed in the past few weeks that's caused this shift in your performance? It was a stupid idea you had. What was it? Tell me. You thought I would pay more attention to you if you did it. Did what exactly? What were you doing for my attention? You're right. That is a bad idea. So, you intentionally started performing poorly because you noticed that I was giving the students who were struggling the most attention during lectures and review sessions. I don't know what you expect exactly. Of course I did, because they needed the most help from me. But you obviously don't. So, why would you do something like that? Oh, fuck. What a mess. So, is that what this is all about? I get it. You don't have to explain yourself any further. Although I would prefer if this wasn't the case at all. I like my life to be predictable. For all the reasons you could give me. What am I gonna do with you? Now, I need you to listen to me very carefully. No, sit down. You're not going anywhere. Because I need to set some things clear between the two of us before you get any other ideas. I am your professor, and that is all that I can be to you. Your professor, your instructor. Do you understand? This cannot happen, and I certainly do not want you risking failing a class for something like this. Because, frankly, it would be an absolute waste. Not to mention the risk of being involved together. So, I think the best thing for us to do is to put all of this behind us and move on. But does that mean what? How I feel about you is irrelevant. I already told you. As your professor, I think you're bright, and you clearly have a great deal of potential. And that's all. You shouldn't need to know anything more. You really don't want to get into this. Just don't try to dig deeper. Why not? You are really wearing my patience thin. Because for someone as smart as you are, you seem to be having difficulty grasping why we shouldn't be doing this. So just stop. Stop pushing this. I'd prefer to not have to involve any of the higher-ups in this either. So, please, do as I ask. You just don't know when to stop. Fine. Tell me, What were you even hoping to happen? Look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. I'm your professor, but you've been getting way too comfortable trying to push me for answers, insisting on getting closer and disobeying me. Don't look away. You have my full attention now, so what? What do you want? Really? You are so unbelievable. So, this is what you're after, right? You felt like I wasn't paying enough attention, going so far as intentionally failing an exam for it. You're so needy and impatient. No, I'm not gonna let you have it. I'm not just gonna give it to you because you haven't earned it. Will you really do anything? You obviously lack respect and don't take my course seriously enough if you think your actions so far have been acceptable. This reflects poorly on your records and also on my ability as a professor as well. But a failing mark is clearly not enough to deter you. So, I need to find some other method to punish you so that this doesn't happen again. Do you agree? Good. And this punishment is for you alone. So, we're not going to disturb anyone else with this. And starting now, you are going to do exactly as I tell you. Stand up. Look at me. Perfect. So, you are serious about this? Yeah. Then why don't you start by bending over my desk